Good morning. Good morning. I'm JoAnne Goodsell, and I'm the president of your board. And it's my pleasure to welcome you to the High Desert Center for Spiritual Living in beautiful Apple Valley. We will open our service today with We Are All One, an original song by Chris Ernston, and we are happy to have our choir to join him today. Please feel free to sing along.
Where we recognize and celebrate each person as a divine and unique expression
of the one Spirit in all. Together, we are co-creating a world that works for everyone. We teach and embody the science of mind principles to support our core values of love, healing, spiritual growth, oneness, abundance, service, and diversity. Welcome home. Please join me in reading the opening community affirmation. It's in your program on the left side. I believe in one power, one living spirit, one indestructible, absolute, and self-existent cause. I believe that spirit expresses through me and is the unity of all life. I believe that all thought is creative and that how I choose to think creates my personal experience. Is there anyone joining us here today for the first time? I want to welcome Elizabeth. She hasn't been here for a while. Thank you all for being with us today, and welcome to those of you viewing online. If you don't already have a welcome packet, if you are new, you can pick one up at the table right outside the sanctuary door. And I'll skip that because there wasn't anybody new that I saw. So current events happening at the center can also be found online or on our Facebook page and on our HDCSL calendar found on our website. A few announcements we would like to highlight and share today are: we are having a used book sale in the garden room. It will be today after service. All paperbacks are only $1. Hardbacks are $2. So come see the variety of books we have, and Lori Smith will be there to assist you. Happy shopping! We're going to have a special work day with Frank and crew. It's going to happen on Saturday, April 30th. That is next Saturday from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Join us as we come together and spruce up the grounds. It's a lot of fun. Bring gloves, water, and a happy, helpful attitude. And thank you to all of you who give service and assistance. Directly after service today, we are having our monthly board meeting, and all are welcome to attend. Reverend Valerie Reeves is speaking on Sunday, May 1st, and directly after service, Reverend Valerie is facilitating a workshop. It's called Creating a Life You Love. The flyer for that is the Game of Life workshop. It's Creating a Life You Love with Reverend Valerie. It's Sunday, May 1st, which is next Sunday. It'll be 11:30 a.m. right after service to 1:30 p.m. There's a love offering, and she's going to explore with us the game of life as you get clarity on the best life ever. Love, health, self-expression, and prosperity. Light snacks will be provided, and please feel free to bring your own lunch. And that will be right here in the community room. And Judy has an announcement about our Mother's Day bake sale that's coming up. I invite Judy to come up now.
I forgot. Hi, guys. Hi. And specifically speaking to the GUY people, guys. We are counting on you. Don't look around, Frank. Now, we haven't done this for a few years. You know what? My voice is really getting revved up and ready to go for our auction. We are going to do it for Mother's Day. Guys bake for Mother's Day. Ladies bake for Father's Day. So yes, it's happening. Those of you at home, I expect you here. Plan on being here for the 8th because we're going to have a great auction. We're going to have a lot of fun. And guys, get out there and bake. And it doesn't mean it has to be totally by scratch. It can be semi-homemade. That means you get a cake mix, you put it together, you make it, you put some icing on, done. Cookies, if you do cookies, fine, nothing less than 18 count to the bag. If you do less than that, I will be grouping them together. Just so when somebody pays, forks out $10 for a bag of cookies, they're going to get at least 1.5 dozen of cookies. Sometimes the prices go up to $50. So you know how it has been in the past. A lot of you don't. It'll be in for a big surprise. People go a little crazy here. So plan on it, and we'll see you on Monday the 8th.
Sign up.
Sunday.
Oh, Sunday, yeah. Okay.
There is a sign-up sheet at the concierge table. Liz has that. All the bakers, please sign up with what you plan to bring. This will help us prepare for the auction. And I know some of you said you're single ladies, you don't have a man in the house, you're going to bake anyway, and that is perfect. And Tina, all of you should have gotten an evaluation, and Tina's going to come up and explain what we're doing this for and why and everything. Tina?
Okay, good morning. Good morning. So, I'm on the selection committee. There's a few of us who are on the selection committee for the new minister. And when they are candidating, we are going to be passing out evaluations. That's the norm, to pass out evaluations for you so that you have a say-so. So we want you guys to get used to, or ladies and gentlemen, to get used to filling out these evaluation sheets. So we're starting this Sunday. So today you get 2,000.
Starting with me?
We're going to find out that either you're perfect or you're not. So there are pens. If you don't have something to write with, there are pens out there in the, with Liz. Make sure you return the pens. And so just circle the things that you agree with. Just circle the things that you find that you like. And if there's something that rubs you the wrong way or that you don't like or that
Keep it to yourself.
Yeah, make sure you write that. Just so that you get used to looking at the ministers and paying attention to what they're really doing, what they're really saying, and whether they are speaking to you, and if not, why. So hopefully they'll all be pretty good. But we want you to be honest. Okay? So remember, every Sunday you're going to be filling these out, so be prepared. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you, Tina. There's also a spot to fill in any comments you have, so something that you want to mention. This is an opportunity for you to let the selection committee know what things you like and what you don't also. And then there's just a simple check mark for a visitor or member. And we want everyone, whether you're a first-time guest or a long-time member, to fill these out because we want everybody's opinion. So thank you. Thank you, Tina. Liz.
And then when you're done with it, there's a basket on the concierge desk for you to drop off your completed survey. And also, is there anyone in here now that does not have a survey?
Richard.
Okay, thank you.
You have mine.
So I'm sure you all heard Liz, but there's a speaker evaluation basket on the concierge table with Liz. Thank you. It takes a whole community to do this. Every Sunday, we share the vision for our new minister. We ask you to hold this vision with us throughout the week. Printed copies are available at the concierge table for you to take home as well. And join me in reading this if you choose. Our purpose is unity. Our vision is to be a dynamic teaching center where we learn to experience the Spirit within us and to express our fullest potential in life. Our new minister is comfortable with shared leadership, accessible to our community, has humor, tact, and is kind. Our new minister is intelligent, a fine teacher of science of mind, an inspired speaker, and feeds us spiritually. Our new minister lives the science of mind with integrity, has a consciousness of abundance, is authentic and unbiased. Our new minister is enthusiastic while being emotionally mature, committed, and connected to our community, and is wise in all of their affairs. And now let's welcome our practitioner of the day, Frank St.Clair.
New glasses have to get closer to the paper. Good morning, I'm Frank St.Clair, practitioner for the day. I would like if you would now, please join me as we read Dr. Holmes's promises together. I think you'll find it up here on the screen or on the front page of your program. If you will join me, please. I keep the promise that I have made myself to affirm in this moment that I am abundant, healthy, strong, and happy. I keep the intention to daily speak this truth to my inner soul, telling it that it is wonderful and marvelous, that it is one with the great cause of life, truth, power, and action. I whisper these things into my soul until it breaks forth into songs of joy with the realization of its limitless possibilities. I assure my soul. Let us now turn within as Chris plays In the Silence by John Fowler.
In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release. As my heart opens up to the voice, I awake to these precious moments. I hear all that can never be said, and right here in this holy silence I find God, I find myself. In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release. As my heart opens up to the voice, I awake to these precious moments when I hear all that can never be said, and right here in this holy silence I find God, I find God, I find myself.
Thank you, Chris. That's beautiful. Ms. Paula Reed will be joining me now as we light the flames of faith. we perform the Flames of Faith ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all peoples and all faiths, all beings, come from the one great universal presence, which we call Spirit. The unity candle represents the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here today. We light the first candle for the shamanic tradition, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous people, the way of primal spirituality. We light the second candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the third candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the fourth candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the sixth candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the seventh candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of compliance with the will of God as the highest calling. We light the eighth candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the ninth candle, acknowledging all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principle. We light the 10th candle for inclusivity, affirming that all are welcome here. And as we light the healing candle, please put silently into the light the names of loved ones, knowing that they have the experience of Spirit's eternal love. And so it is. Some of us has a very long list of people to put in there. If you'll join me now in prayer, as we turn inward to that place of holies within ourselves, that place where we contact God directly, that place of peace and love, of joy, that place of laughter. We are divine beings having a spiritual heritage, but a human experience. And from this knowledge that we are by first spiritual, we know that we bring the Spirit's beautiful bounty of love and joy into our lives as we become conscious of this and embody it in our very persons. We are the joy, we are the peace, we are the lights in the world, 1,000 points, no, millions of points of light. We are the hands and the feet and the heart of Spirit manifesting in this world. It is with a great joy that we accept this task as part of our life, as the center point. We are most grateful for this knowledge, this understanding, as we step forward into the practice of peace, love, and joy. We give thanks for this understanding. We give thanks that we have chosen to embody it, to speak it, to walk it. And so it is.
I'd like the choir to help me out on this special music right here. What is love? Is it part of me? Love is life, it's everything you see. Love is powerful, it's here for you. Listen close, because it's right inside of you. Right here, right now, inside of you. Right here, right now, inside of you. Love is universal, it's on hand. Let this music help you understand. Feeling closer to what's always been. Just let go and let the feeling go within. You now with him. Love is in you. It's reaching through. Love is in you. It's in this room. Love is in you. Walk right in, coming through love's door. Don't hold back, have some love, then have some more. We all need love. We all need love. Yes, we do. We all need love. We all need. And it's right here for you. We all need love. I can feel it in this room. We all need love. I know that it's true. We all need love. Love is coming to you. We all need love. We all need love. We do. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris and choir. That was beautiful. And don't we all need love? It's my pleasure to introduce our guest speaker today, Reverend David Allan. I heard a yay. Reverend David Allan Cruz is a certified hypnotherapist with over 18 years of experience and practice. He is also a Science of Mind minister. He recognizes his life as a living miracle. He is a demonstration of the power of the mind. Reverend David has been joining us once a month now, and it's always such a pleasure to have him lead our service with his enthusiasm, energy, and wisdom. Please join me in welcoming back Reverend David Allan Cruz.
Good morning, High Desert. If you're alive and well and you know it, let me hear you say yeah. 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 I am surrounded by the light of God. I am enfolded by the love of God. I am protected by the power of God. Wherever I am, God is. I am surrounded by the light of God. I am enfolded by the love of God. I am protected by the power of God. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever I am, wherever I am, God is. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever I am, wherever I am, God is. I am surrounded by the light of God. I am enfolded by the love of God. I am protected by the power of God. Wherever I am, God is. I am surrounded by the love of God. I am enfolded by the light of God. I am protected by the power of God. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever I am, wherever I am, God is. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever I am, wherever I am, God is. Wherever I am, wherever I am, God is. Wherever I am, wherever I am, God is. Thank you. Man, I am so challenged with that song. I didn't notice that because I did this song last time I was here. And y'all allowed to watch me crash and burn. And I damn near did that to you too. Thank you, Chris. You put it together. Once again, you saved the show. So, the reason I did that song again is because after service, after you saw me crash and burn, we went over to Los Domingos to have lunch, several of us. And we were having a really nice discussion. And as part of that discussion, Patty, are you here? Not here today. We were talking about, I was talking about learning how to ride a bike. And part of learning how to ride a bike is falling off the bike, and then you get back up and you practice until you get it right. And Patty said, failure isn't falling off the bike. Failure is not getting up and getting back on. I had to get back on. By the way, I do want to say that Nada is not feeling all that well today, and that's the only reason she still wanted to come. She was going to come, but she felt that because she was coughing and hacking, and by the way, she tested negative for COVID, so that's okay. But she didn't want to make anybody nervous as she was doing that, so she decided to stay home, and I'm glad she did. She needs to get the rest. So one of the things that I wanted to do was to share with you that when I listen to songs, and Tina was telling me this morning how she's becoming more and more conscious of her spiritual journey, and more things present themselves as spiritual. And I'm becoming increasingly conscious of how my own spiritual journey is growing into a recognition that everything is spiritual. It's never not that. I'm not always conscious of it, but I'm getting better at it. And when I listen to music, and this has gone on for a while, including pop songs, it's often that I'll hear a spiritual message in the song. Chris knows this very well because he introduces a lot of pop songs into the services. And I heard this song. It's an old song, and it's been around for a long time. And I thought, wow, that's got a beautiful message to it. It is a pop song. It's not a particularly a rock and roll song, but it's a gorgeous song. And I'm going to guess that you'll like it. Let me give it a shot. The secret of life is enjoying the passage of time. There ain't nothing to it. Anyone can do it. Nobody knows how it got to the top of the hill. Since we're on our way down, we might as well enjoy the ride. The secret of love is in opening up your heart. No need to feel afraid. Don't let that stand in your way, 'cause everyone knows that love is the only road. And since we're only here for a while, we might as well show some style. Come on and give us a smile. Isn't it a lovely ride? Sliding down, gliding down. Try not to try too hard. It's just a lovely ride. Now the thing about time is that time isn't really real. Just your point of view. How does it feel to you? Einstein said he could never understand it all. Planets spinning in space, that smile upon your face. Welcome to the human race. Isn't it a lovely ride? Sliding down, gliding down. Try not to try too hard. It's just a lovely ride. And isn't it a lovely ride? See me sliding down, gliding down. Try not to try too hard. It's just a lovely ride. Is enjoying the passage of time. I can't believe I used to make a living doing that. So that's the title of my talk. And let's see if I got this thing right. Yeah, the secret of life. So that's according to my friend, not my friend, but my friend, my guy, James Taylor. And I want to go through some of those words with you. The secret of life is enjoying the passage of time. It's one of my favorite words, the word enjoy. Because it literally means to bring the joy into. A lot of times we use that word as a passive verb. I'm enjoying it as though it's doing something to me or at me or for me, which is fine, but when we really understand what we're saying, enjoy means I, as the creator of my reality, am choosing to bring joy into whatever it is I'm doing. Whenever I come here, it's one of the reasons I love being here. Y'all are bringing joy into doing this. I get here and all of the people who are involved in putting this together, Frank, Chris, Brandy, Lori, everybody, has this thing going on that's, here we are, this is ours, this is mine. We're doing this for us and for any who want to share in it. We're bringing the joy into it. And that's the secret of life, to enjoy the passage of time. Now, some of y'all know who this guy is, Judge Thomas Trower. And he had an interesting perception of this. Trower said, we found two principles as essential in our conception of the originating spirit. Namely, its power of selection and its power of initiative. Power of selection, power of initiative. And we found a third principle as its only possible motive. Namely, the desire of the living for ever-increasing enjoyment of life. Ever-increasing enjoyment of life. We're here to have fun, folks. We're here to enjoy this gift that we get to have every day. It's ours. We get to play with it. We get to mold it. We get to use it. We get to create it. We get to manipulate it. We get to do all of that wonderful stuff, and we get to do it with joy. Y'all know who this is. And Uncle Ernie said, life is not just something to be endured, it is to be lived in joy, in a fullness, without limit. Yeah. Imagine living your life with that consciousness. Ernest Holmes, the genius that he was and continues to be in all the work that he shared with us, understood this. Imagine living your life each day from the moment that you wake up with the concept that today I live in joy, in an unlimited fullness, a fullness without limit. Wow! Everything you do, everywhere you go, everyone you meet contributes to that. And you feel that glow, you feel that vibration, you feel that explosion of love and joy flowing through you each and every day throughout the day. And just as with Frank's meditation this morning, you express it out and share it with the rest of the world. That's what we get to do every day, right now. So, as Brother James says, no one knows how we got to the top of the hill. But since we're on our way down, well, okay. That's a perspective. There is reason to think that this life experience as human beings may be limited. There may be that time when we're not going to be around here as a species anymore. Maybe, maybe not. I'm not quite so pessimistic about that. I think there's still hope for us. But be that as it may, in the process, let's enjoy the ride. And I picked a picture of a roller coaster because that to me kind of represents life. It's got the ups and downs and the ins and outs, and it's got a thrill to it that is unequal. There was a time back in my early introduction to the spiritual philosophy, I was taking a course, and we were having a conversation about the different theories of how life comes to be, and one of the theories being that we exist as souls in a soul dimension, and then we make the choice to come into this experience as human beings. And in the doing, we choose what our lives are going to be like, and who our parents are going to be, and what the experience. And someone said, excuse me, David, Who in the world would choose to come into this life as a paraplegic? Right? Or as someone like a child with leukemia, or in a war zone. And I went, wow, okay, good question. I thought about that, and I said, why do we have roller coasters? And he looked at me going, what? You on drugs? What's going on? No, think about it. Why do we have roller coasters? It's not a comfortable ride. It really isn't. And back in the day when I was doing roller coasters, they were the old wooden and steel roller coasters. Pow, pow, pow. You get bruised, you get hurt. And yet, that's where the longest lines are. People will wait an hour and a half, 2 hours to get on a 7-minute ride, 4-minute ride, some of them. You want a nice, comfortable, nice, sweet, easy ride? Go in the merry-go-round. It goes around, it goes up and down a little bit, and it's kind of like, you ain't going to see no lines on that merry-go-round. Why? What is the secret to the roller coaster? It's a rush. It goes, woo! We get that adrenaline rush going on the ride. And that's exactly what this is. That's why we make the choices, if you want to follow that particular spiritual theory, to come in to experience this because when we remember the truth of who we are, when we remember the fact that I am a spiritual being, I get to realize that I am always connected with Spirit. As a spiritual being, I am eternal. What is eternity? What is a lifetime in comparison to eternity? What is our 70, 80, 90, 100, 125 years in comparison to eternity? Less than a blink of an eye. Therefore, and if I know that I'm always perfect, and I know that I'm always divine, what am I afraid of trying? What will I not want to experience at some point in this experience as a spiritual being? Knowing that that too will pass as I move back into the truth of who I am. So, the secret of love is in opening up your heart. And there's no need to be afraid. And yet we are. We recognize that love is the only road. But what a road. Just like the merry-go-round, that road spirals and turns, and it's got bumps, and it's got hills, and it can be scary sometimes. And that's the thing about love. Why do we hesitate to love? Because it hurts. Love hurts. Love hurts in every one of its manifestations, whether it's romantic love, whether it's familial love, whether it's friendly love, whether it's love for nature. There's pain in the love. I heard someone this morning describe it as the sweet, sacred suffering that we can't live without. I would rather suffer with the love than to live without that connection. We crave, as human beings, that connection. As spiritual beings, that connection. We recognize that I must be in contact with my other selves to be complete. And so we love knowing that it's going to hurt. It hurts in so many different... It hurts in disappointments. It hurts in watching something that we love going through pain. It hurts in knowing that the person with whom I am so invested my heart, my life, my emotions, will one day not be with me. Or perhaps me not with that person. And that creates pain. And yet, it's so valuable, so important, so necessary to everything that I do, everything that I think, everything that I want. It's the motivation, it's the purpose, it's the joy, as much as it is the pain. James goes on to say that the thing about time is that time isn't really real. Time is a construct. Time is something created by human beings to help us negotiate this thing called life. To the universe, there is no time. In fact, quantum physics is discovering that, in fact, everything is always happening at the same time. I saw a very interesting video, brief video, the other day, in which one character, it was an animation, was saying to another character, "You're going to return." And by the way, I'm not advocating that we come back into this world. I don't know that that's going to be the case. It may be. There's also a variety of other possibilities. But this one was talking about reincarnation. You're going to come back. Because that was the question. Will I come back? Yes, you're going to come back. You're going to come back as a Roman centurion. What? Wait a minute. That was back in the past. I want to know what I'm going to be next time. No. You're going to come back as a Roman centurion. Because time is not linear. Time is, whatever it is, enfolding itself. So that, and we think in terms of time as linear. I was that, I am this, I will be that. But this concept was, no, you can be here now, 20th, 21st century, and then go back to 19th, 6th, 4th, or 34th. What an interesting concept that is. Time isn't really real. To the universe, there is no time, as we well know. If we could talk to the animals, Dr. Dolittle style, and we went up to a bird or a coyote or your cat and said, "What time is it?" They kind of look at you going, "What do you mean, what time is it?" It's now. It's flying time. It's eating time. It's purring time. It's time to scratch. That's what time it is. It's us as human beings. I'm not saying we're wrong in this. I'm just saying we've got to realize we create time for our convenience. How many of us let time rule our lives as opposed to using time as the tool that it was always meant to be? And think about what would happen if you did start using time as the tool it was meant to be. Use it rather than letting it use you. So, it's only a perception. How do you choose to see it? How do you choose to understand it? How do you choose to use it? How do you make it yours? It's just your point of view. How does it feel for you? He says, Einstein said he could never understand it all. This is one of my favorite pictures of Einstein. Because Einstein had a sense of humor. He got so deep into it that he got to realize this whole thing is kind of a joke in a way. Not a mean joke, but it's just so ironic that it's funny. So don't take yourself so seriously. But Einstein also, as he went into his studies, discovered elements of spirituality. Here's some quotes from Einstein. "I want to know how God created this world. I am not interested in this or that phenomenon, in the spectrum of this or that element. I want to know his thoughts. The rest are details." I want to know its thoughts. The rest are details. Science, he says, without religion is lame. Ooh. Einstein, right? Einstein, that guy. Science without religion is lame. Religion, as we know, without science is blind. Science of mind. There is no logical way, he goes on to say in another quote. There is no logical way to the discovery of elemental laws. There is only the way of intuition, which is helped by a feeling for the order lying behind the appearance. Let me repeat that. There is only the way of intuition, which is helped by a feeling for the order lying behind the appearance. Everyone who is seriously involved in the pursuit of science becomes convinced that a spirit is manifest in the laws of the universe. A spirit vastly superior to that of man, and one in the face of which we, with our modest powers, must feel humble. This is Einstein. Now, we, science of mind, those of us who have been studying this, will take some of that and make some adjustments to it, because spirit isn't vastly superior to man. Man is spirit. I am that. I just forget. I got to remember how to use it. Remember we talked about that last time? The DNA exists in every cell of our structure, but it doesn't always know how to use it, which is a good thing, because you don't want 100 million of me running around. But to recognize that it is part of what we call this thing called life. It is science and it is spirit coinciding constantly and never-endingly, working in our favor, and we as part of it. Planets spinning in space. The more we delve into it, the more we recognize there's so much yet to learn. The Hubble spacecraft, the Hubble telescope, took a tiny little square of the universe that looked black, and then magnified it and opened it up and discovered that it was filled, that little tiniest black space. They have said, I've read this in several places, that there are more stars in that little space of the universe than all of the grains of sand that cover every beach and every desert on earth. Yeah. Wow. That is absolutely, completely mind-blowing. Because that's just a small part of this thing called the universe, the tiniest part. And it's so much, so much, so much more than that. And we're part of it. And we get to experience as much as we can experience. Planets spinning in space. That smile on your face. She didn't know I was going to do that. I hope she's watching. Because the smile is just as enigmatic, is just as mysterious, just as wonderful, just as inspiring, just as warming, just as completing as all of that which you're studying, whether it be spiritual studies, scientific studies, psychological studies, any aspect of this thing of life. Smile. Share that smile. Share it on your face. Share it from your heart. Share it with your eyes. How many of us have gone through this whole thing of masks and yet know when somebody's smiling? You notice that? You don't need to see the teeth. We know, we see it, we feel it, we understand it. It's being expressed directly from our eyes and from our hearts. And we get to experience that, we get to share that with everyone else. And when we do, we get to say, welcome to the human race. See if I can do this without losing my... Isn't it a lovely night? Shining down, sliding down. Try not to try too hard. It's just a lovely ride. Yes, isn't it a lovely ride? See me sliding down, watch me gliding down. Try not to try too hard. It's just a lovely ride. The secret of life is enjoying the passage of time. Namaste y Lakesh. Aloha.
Wow, thank you, Reverend David. Is that mic on?
There it is.
There it is. This is our giving time. Take a moment to join me in appreciation for this community and our philosophy. We know we live in an abundant universe. There is always more than enough to share and to spare. We use this time to open up the flow of abundance and circulate the energy with gratitude. Because we appreciate you and your contributions, we make it easy for you to give. In addition to placing your offering in the basket today, there are various ways that you can contribute to our center. You can use the Vanco app on your smartphone or tablet. You can visit our website to make a donation, and that's www.hi, which is hi-desertcsl.org. You just scroll down to the donate button, and it's in a clever little circular red heart, so you can donate with love. Or you can drop off a donation throughout the week or by mail. Thank you for supporting our center. With your generous support, all of this is possible. And thank you, ushers, for your service today. Please join me in reading aloud our declaration of affirmative giving, located inside your program on the left side. Divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless. It is evidence of my conviction that God is the source and substance of my supply. I joyously contribute to the vision of this spiritual center, knowing that it returns to me, multiplied abundantly. And please, ushers, start at the front of the room.
God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, God gives me everything I need. Peace is my source, peace is my power, peace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, He's given me everything I need. God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need.
And so I recognize that everything that is here right now, everything that is in these baskets, everything that is sitting in these seats, is all about sharing and giving, contributing to the greater glory, to the greater creation of that which is this wonderful thing called life, this wonderful spirit that abides right here and all around us. I recognize that the money that's in these baskets is a version of that energy. It's green energy in practice that's going to help us keep this program going, to keep this thing alive. It's a wonderful manifestation of love. It's a wonderful manifestation of faith. And so I bless this, knowing that it's all good, it's all God, and so it is.
practitioners please make their way toward the stage? Our practitioner team is here to serve you. The prayer request box is in the garden room, under the picture of Ernest Holmes, and our practitioners' phone numbers are on the back side of your program. Please reach out to one of our experienced practitioners for prayer, especially if you are going through a challenge in your life. They are here to know the truth for you and are available after the service for spiritual support if you would like some prayer. And now I invite Frank to read our affirmation for the day.
Please join me in reading our affirmation for the day, which you see up on your screen here. I will read it once through, and then if you will join me for 2 more repetitions. Today I relax into the sense of wholeness and well-being.
Today I relax into a sense of wholeness and well-being. Today I relax into a sense of wholeness and well-being.
Reverend David, our benediction.
And so I know this, that this is such a wonderful, wonderful congregation, that this is such a wonderful, wonderful event, that the vibration, the love that has been generated here now radiates throughout, beyond this building, into this community, beyond this community. This is goodness, this is wholeness, this is truth, this is love. And so it is.
So it is. Thank you, Reverend David. And thank you to those of you who have joined us in person and those joining us online today. We will see you right here in person at the center and on HDCSL Live on YouTube every Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific Time. Have a great week, everyone. See you next week. And the board meeting will start in about 15 minutes.